Back with you again, and we are really taking a trip into the time machine of baseball in this matchup that we've set up on Out of the Ballpark 20. We're going back to the early part of the 20th century here. We got a pre-Yankees team and the 1909 New York Highlanders. That's what they were called before they became the Yankees. They were playing at Hilltop Park before Yankee Stadium, before Babe Ruth, before the whole deal. They did win 74 games this year, lost 77. And as for the team itself, Hal Chase was a solid ball player. You definitely should know Willie Keeler, one of the most famous Hall of Famers, although he was at the end of his career here towards the age of 37, but still a legendary name, if not as effective as he was in earlier years. And on the mound, some issues here, but some really sparkling ERAs. Joe Lake had an ERA under 2, and Jack Warhop led the team actually in WAR, and he won 13 games with an ERA at 2.40. So small ball's the game here for the Highlanders, and they were drawn up against the Cleveland Naps, who you can see here by their record lost 102 games in 1914, which is surprising because they did have some talent on their roster with Steve O'Neill, but more specifically Ray Chapman and shoeless Joe Jackson hit .338 that year, and of course Nap Lajoie. But Nap, just like we were reading about Keeler, is very old here. He's 39 and way past his prime, but the team is still named after him, interestingly enough. And some of the pitching, not as great. Maybe that was one of their big issues here for the Naps. But either way, the matchup here is between two teams of very old, which makes it possibly a small ball series, and either way an exciting series. And it should be fun to watch. We're going to go back here to Game 1 out in Hilltop Stadium in New York, Hilltop Park, and Bill Steen is going to take on Joe Lake for the opener, and will hopefully be a well played and exciting series. So maybe not expecting a lot of home runs in this series, but regardless, should be fun to watch. As we'll head out now to New York. Old time stadiums here. Doesn't get much better than that. And we have here top of the first inning, trying to get us started here in style with Terry Turner up there against Joe Lake. Top of the first inning. Cool night in New York City. And this is lined into left. Could be extra bases. It will be. Turner with a double. Here to lead off the series and the game. Top of the second, we have Steve O'Neill up there with Najoli on second. And O'Neill will line this one into the gap in right. This should score a run. And Cleveland gets the first runs of the series with an RBI double by O'Neill. Inning not over yet. Jack Graney up there. And Graney will take ball 4. So the Naps, the 100-loss team now with the bases loaded. 2 outs. And Joe Jackson's up there. Jackson hits it. The second play is made, however, and the out is made as Engel caught that ground ball. There was not an easy play. He makes it, and John Knight now up there. Knight will line this one to center with the man on, so we got runners on first and second for the Hilltoppers here. And Jeff Sweeney facing Steen here, and he takes ball 4. So now New York has the bases loaded with only 1 out. And Joe Lake up there. Lake will hit this one to center. Coming over is Leibold. Throw of the plate is cut off, and the Hilltoppers tie it up 1-1. Pretty Cree up there now with 2 men on, and Cree will lift this one to right. It'll drop. This will score a run. Throw is beaten as Knight scores, and we have a 2-1 lead for the Hilltoppers, moving to the 6th with Ray Chapman up there for Cleveland. Chapman takes a borderline pitch for ball 4. And here comes Liebold. The man on. Liebold takes ball 4. And Chapman will go to second, but Tom Hughes doesn't like the umpiring here. It's borderline calls he's missing, and here comes LaJoie. And Knapp hits it the other way, but it is caught. The runner will tag up and beat the throw. He'll advance, and there's one out here for Johnston, who will have a chance, and he lines a shot to center. It is caught. Runner tags, and the Naps will tie this game up at 2 on a sacrifice fly. Here's Ray Dermott. Dermott will line this one to center. Diving catch out there by Liebold. Nice play in center field. A Rob, a base hit. We'll move to the 7th with Jack Graney up there and a man on. Graney hits it up in front of the mound. Play is made at second. No play at first. So bottom of the 7th now. John Knight at the plate. Knight will hit this one the other way to right, so he'll start to rally here for New York. In the 7th, Jeff Sweeney at the plate. Sweeney will line it the other way. That's another hit. First and second for New York here in the 7th as they put a rally together against Bill Steen. Willie Keeler now at the plate. Keeler puts down a bunt. Play is made at first. Runners move along, so Keeler playing small ball as you would expect here by teams of this era. One out. Pretty Cree in a big spot. Infield in. Cree will hit this one to center. Diving catch is made again by Liebold, but the runner will score. But Liebold, his second outstanding play in center field. Still, New York takes the 3-2 lead. Here's Chapman facing Lou Brockett in the 8th. And Chapman will hit this one back up the middle. Another hit for him. And Cleveland will try to bounce right back as Liebold's up here with his outstanding defense. He now lines one to center. That's caught out there. Cree has it. One out for LaJoie. LaJoie pops it up. This will be easy. Infield fly there. 2 outs for Doc Johnston. Ball gets away there. Sweeney couldn't corral it. And the tying run with Chapman is on second for Johnston. Let's see if he can come through. Keep away from him. He walks. First and second now for Steve O'Neill. And O'Neill hits it to second. Play should be made, and it is. Engel with the play. O'Neill is out, and the 3-2 lead is maintained by the Highlanders. Here's Kid Elberfield. Lines one to right. Here in the 8th is New York. We'll try to build on that lead. 2 outs, and Ray Demet's on first, and Jimmy Austin at the plate. Austin will drive this one into the corner and right. And the runner run all the way from first to beat the throw. Demet turned on the speed there. Cleveland definitely didn't get the ball in as soon as they could have. And here's John Knight. And Knight will single to left. This might score a run. Here comes the throw to the plate. Safe. And it's 5-2 now, New York. 2 big crucial runs here in the 8th. We'll move to the 9th here with Terry Turner up there for Cleveland. One out. Turner lines a single to left. So Cleveland down 3 here, trying to rally. Jack Graney at the plate. Graney will hit it deep into the gap. That'll get all the way to the wall. This will put runners on second and third, and Cleveland will have the tying run at the plate. It's shoeless Joe Jackson facing Pete Wilson. Let's see what Jackson can do. He strikes out, a rarity there. You see Joe Jackson striking out in a big spot. And Ray Chapman representing the tying run, the last hope here. Chapman hits it into the gap. This has got a chance. It will drop up against the wall. And Chapman with a big 2-out double here to cut the lead to 1. And Cleveland is not going down here. They have still a life as Nemo Leibold's up there with 2 outs. Let's see if he can do the dramatic and tie the game. He takes ball 4. And here's the main man, LaJoie, at the plate in the biggest spot of the night, and he lines it to right, however, should be playable. And it is. Demick grabs it. LaJoie can't come through, and the Highlanders hold on here, 5-4. A very well played game, as you might expect. No home runs in this one. But the game goes to the Highlanders. Chapman was 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs, including coming through there in the 9th, even though they came up short. John Knight was 3 for 4 for the winning team with 2 runs. And the Highlanders, earning the save was Pete Wilson. The Highlanders take the game here, 5-4. We'll move to game 2, where Willie Mitchell will face Jack Quinn as Cleveland tries to get even. So we go bottom of the first. Up there with runners on second and third, and he takes ball 4. So Ray Demick is on, and now bases are loaded for New York with Willie Mitchell in real trouble here. It's Clyde Engels at the plate. And Engel will line this one back up the middle. That's a base hit. That'll score 2. Yes, the lead runner scores, and then Chase scores, and it is 2-0, 3-0 now in New York. Move to the top of the second with O'Neill up there. And O'Neill will line this one to left. This will get down. And a run will come in here for Cleveland as Johnston just beats the throw. It is 3-1 New York. Top of the third for Joe Jackson and the man on. Shoeless Joe comes through with a line drive hit to left the other way. Jackson obviously can hit to all fields. And here's Ray Chapman. Chapman lifts this one to left. It'll drop. Runners now on all the bases for Cleveland. They're in a big spot here as Nemo Leibold's up there against Jack Quinn. 1 out. And Leibold lifts this one to left. It should be caught. Let's see if there's a play. The throw to the plate will be in time. Graney is tagged out. Laporte with a heck of a throw. I don't know if they should have risked it, but they did, and the out was made. And now the score remains 3-1 New York. Here now is Ray Demick back up there. He lines it hard, and this one will go all the way to the wall. Demick going for 3. The throw will be late. Demick with a 2-out triple here for the home team. So Jackson tried to get it back in time, but could not. We'll move now to the bottom of the 6th. It's 5-1 New York with Bertie Cree up there and 2 men on. Cree will lift this one to center. That'll get down. More runs for the Highlanders. A 2-run single by Cree, and it is 7-1 New York. They've broken this one open. We'll move now to the top of the 7th with Butch Schmidt on the mound and Perry Turner at the plate. Turner hits it to center. That'll get down. This might get a run in. It will. And Turner moves all the way to third with a triple here. RBI triple it is. Gotta love the action and speed of the era with triples being commonplace, it would seem. It is 7-2 now. 8-2, top of the 8th. Cleveland another chance with Jeff Sweeney up there. Sweeney lifts this one to left, a base hit. This will play 2. And it is 10-2 now, New York. Moving to the 9th as Ray Chapman's at the plate. Chapman hits this one to short. Play is made there. And the game is over. Knight with a nice play to end it. New York wins again. Even though they were out hit by Cleveland, it doesn't matter. They take this game. Have a 2-0 series lead. Demet was 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored. Hal Chase 3 for 5 with 2 runs scored. So New York does the work here at home. They win both of their games. Series will move now to League Park in Cleveland, where Jack Warhop will face Guy Morden. And Cleveland desperately trying to turn the series around a little bit as they play at home against New York in Game 3. So let's head out to League Park. Here we are live for the action, and we have Steve O'Neill up here in the bottom of the second for the home team. 2 men on. O'Neill will hit it to third. A play is there. Play it made at first. Austin with a nice play, and the Naps leave 2 men on there, and the game moves on to the bottom of the 4th with Nap Lajoli up there, the man on second for Cleveland. Lajoli lifts this one to left. That'll drop in there. Runners on the corners. Only 1 out. We'll move now to the top of the 6th. It's 1-0 Cleveland. Guy Morden on the hill, and he has a no-hitter as John Knight steps up here in the 6th. That's a ball outside. So a leadoff walk by Knight. It's a very tight game, but Morden yet to allow a hit as Jeff Sweeney comes to the plate. Sweeney will hit this one to third. Play at first. Hit and run was on there, and over the second goes Knight. Here's Jack Warhop, the pitcher. Warhop hits it to third. Play is made again at first. Johnston got his man, and here's Birdie Cree with 2 outs and a runner on third. Cree will lift this one to the outfield in right center, and Joe Jackson has it. So Morden continues the performance here. A no-hitter, folks, heading into the later innings. Warhop now facing Turner with 1 out. And this one's lined to the wall in right. It's picked up. Runner again heading for third. Play is made there. He is safe. Turner with a triple. But it looks like the run could not score, so we'll move to the top of the 8th with Morden up there, holding a 1-0 lead. He's 6 outs away here. Clyde Engel at the plate. Engel lines it, however, and there it goes. The no-hitter gone. Engel with a base hit. So no history here, but Morden's got other things to worry about, like winning the game, and Jimmy Austin at the plate. Austin misses a bunt here. So more small ball, it looks like. Austin, however, swings away on this one, and he hits it all the way off the wall. Ball is retrieved, but here comes a runner to score. Play is made at third. And it is not in time. We have a tie game. Engel will score. So just like that, a no-hitter turns into a tie. And now, runners on first and third with nobody out. And Jeff Sweeney up there. Infield in. This is popped up on the infield. And caught. Runners now on second and third for Keeler with one out. Keeler will hit this one back to the mound. That's easy. So he can't come through. The game remains tied. Birdie Cree at the plate. Cree will hit this one to center, but it is going to be caught. Leibold, yet another fantastic play in center field. He's just been magnificent in this series. And the 1-1 tie is preserved as LaJolie hits it to third, and an infield hit for Knapp. And here comes Doc Johnson with two outs. Johnson will hit this one to short. Play is made there by the shortstop, Knight. We'll move to the ninth. It is still a 1-1 game here. Laporte up there. Fritz Kump now the new pitcher. And Laporte hits it to center. That's going to be easy. One out. Here's Hal Chase. Chase will hit it to right for a one-out single. First baseman with a good handle of the bat there. Here's Ray Demmett with face off first, and Demmett hits it to second. Turn is made at second. Throw to first. Not in time. And here's Clyde Engel, who broke up the no-no earlier in the game. He takes ball 4, so now New York with a good chance here. Jimmy Austin up with two outs. Austin will line this one to center. This will be caught out there by Leibold. Mr. Catch Everything in center field. So Cleveland now with a chance to win it. Bottom of the ninth. Pete Wilson pitching. This is lined hard into left field. This will go for extra bases by O'Neill. O'Neill with a leadoff double here for Cleveland in the ninth. Let's see now if Cleveland can get it done. Ivy Olsen at the plate. He lines a single to left. Will they send the runner? No. So first and third, nobody out. And Terry Turner with a chance to win this game. Turner hits it to short. Play is made at first. Hit to second. And Turner's out. So one out here for Jack Graney. And first base open. Graney lines it to center, and that's it. That's the walk-off. Graney with the walk-off single. And Cleveland wins it in 9. 2-1. A very well-played game. Perfect for the era fans. It was a heck of a performance by Guy Morton. He went into the 8th with a no-no. Only allowed 2 hits on the day before he was pulled, but it was Clyde Engel who scored a run and was 1 for 3. He's the one who broke it up, but in the end, it was Cleveland that got the job done. Walk-off single in the 9th, and they avoid really building the hole in the series. They bounced back with a win. Exciting, all 3 of the games. And Rube Manning is going to face Rip Hagerman in game number 4 as Cleveland tries to even the series and prevent New York from pushing the series to the brink. So let's see what happens at League Park. Hagerman on the hill, top of the first inning. Laporte's up there, the man on. Laporte hits this one to second. It's a double play as the 6-4-3 is started. Bottom of the first now for Jack Graney in Cleveland with a man on, and Graney lifts this one deep. It'll drop in for a double. Demick couldn't make the play up there. He actually kind of bundled it. But now the bases are loaded with nobody out, and Ray Chapman up there, Manning in deep trouble. This one's hit on the ground. No play can be made there. It's an infield hit. Confusion again by the New York defense. And it's 5-0 as Cleveland has broken this game open. Let's see if New York can make a rally happen here. Hagerman's facing John Knight with 2 out here in the 4th. Knight will take a walk. So New York trying to turn something into this inning. Jeff Sweeney up there with 2 gone. But Sweeney cannot come through. Hagerman gets him. New York comes up with nothing here in the 4th. They remain down 5-0. It's 5-1 now as we move to the bottom of the 6th, and Ray Chapman up there facing Tom Hughes. Chapman hits it to the gap in right. This will get down, and Chapman's going to make it into 3rd with a easy triple. Leadoff triple for Chapman. And taking you even further into this one, folks, it is now 10-1 with Joe Jackson up here in the 8th. And Jackson will line this one to right. Cleveland continues to pour it on. Jackson with a triple. Another run scores. 4 errors on the day for the Highlanders didn't help here. But it's also the bats of the Naps that's getting the job done. It is 11-1 in the 9th for Clyde Engel with 2 men on. Engel will hit this one in the hole. This will load the bases for New York. And Jimmy Austin up there. The late noise here by the Yankees. This will be hit to 3rd, and the double play is turned. Runner will score. It's 11-2, but 2 out now for Knight. Knight will hit this one to right. Deep. But caught. Joe Jackson up against the wall. He's got it. 11-2 Naps. And Cleveland has taken the last 2 games here to even this series. This one much easier. Joe Jackson playing more like himself. 4 for 6 there. And this one with 2 runs scored and 2 ribbies. Jack Graney was 3 for 5 for the Naps. And Nemo Leibold, who's really doing a lot in this series, offensively and defensively, was 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs. An 11-2 win by Cleveland all of a sudden, and this series is all even, folks, as we move to game number 5, the crucial game 5. Joe Lake will face Bill Steen in a rematch of game 1. We'll see if the momentum Cleveland's built continues in game 5. So final game here in Cleveland. It is 0-0. We are in the top of the 4th with Jimmy Austin at the plate. Beautiful day in Cleveland. Austin strikes out with a man on. Here's the pitching duel heats up. Both men delivering well here. We're moving to the 6th in the 0-0 game. Only 3 hits in this one. Bill Steen now gives up the hit here to Ray Demick. Runner moving to 3rd, and it is an opportunity now for the Highlanders with runners on the corners and Clyde Engel up there. Engel hits it to short, but no play can be made. It is an infield hit. And the Highlanders are going to take the lead here, 1-0 on the Engel single. We'll move to the bottom of the 7th now with Joe Lake on the mound. Nemo Leibold at the plate, nobody out. Leibold opens the inning with a walk, so Cleveland now trying to get their first run. Nap LaJoie up there. He puts down a bunt. Play is made at first, but the ball dropped. Big mistake there. A bad throw. Engel couldn't handle it, and now you got first and second for Doc Johnston with nobody out. And this is hit to third. Play is made at first. Runners advanced, so the small balls continue. Steve O'Neill up there now with one out. Big spot. But O'Neill can't find the courage to swing the bat. A screwball got him there, and it's 2 outs now. And the pitcher up. Steen facing Lake, and Steen will hit it to shallow left. Laporte's there, and Cleveland comes up empty. 1-0 still. Top of the 8th now. Steen to Laporte. This is drilled up the middle for a hit. We'll move to the bottom of the 8th with Terry Turner up there. Lake's still on the mound. He's still only allowed 2 hits in this one. Another strikeout. Turner goes down. 2 outs now for Joe Jackson here in the 8th. Nobody on. Shoeless Joe will go to left. Play is made. And we are at 1-0, folks, heading here to the bottom of the 9th. What a pitching battle. Pete Wilson now in the game, hoping to close things out here against Ray Chapman. Chapman hits a shot, however. But right there's Demet. He had him played perfectly right in front of the wall. 1 out. Here's Lebo. Lebo takes a close pitch, is ball 4, and the winning run's up here, folks. Nap LaJoie at the plate. And he takes ball 4. So now big trouble for New York. 2 men on, only 1 out. The winning run's on the bases. Doc Johnston at the plate. And Johnston will go to third. Play is made at first. Out is made there as Austin makes the play. 2 outs. Steve O'Neill up. 1-0 game. Bottom of the 9th. All the drama here is on Steve Wilson with 2 men on. Wilson strikes out. He struck him out. And that wraps it up, folks. A wonderful job by both pitching staffs, really, but it's the Highlanders who pull off the win on the road, getting out of the jam as Wilson closes the door, gets the save, but it was Bill Steen and Joe Lake who really battled back and forth. It was the 1 run that Frank Laporte scored on the mistake, on the error, or the infield hit that we saw in the 6th inning. And a wonderful pitching matchup leads to the Highlanders winning a classic game. That's why I love the games of this era. So tightly contested, and every pitch matters. No home runs, of course, in the series. Just a different type of baseball. But bottom line, New York leads the series 3-2, and they have the luxury of going home now. Game 6 will face Jack Quinn against Willie Mitchell. We've seen both pitchers so far already. Quinn was really good in his first start. Mitchell not so much. But let's see if Cleveland can stay alive as we move to Hilltop Stadium for game number 6. So heading out to Hilltop Park for this crucial game, top of the 2nd. Lebo at the dish. Lebo will line this one back up the middle with a man on. Moving over to third. He's the runner. He's safe. So we have now runners on the corners for Nap LaJoie up there. LaJoie to third. Play is made at second. Relay to first is in time. But a run will score. Chapman crosses the plate. It's 1-0 Cleveland. Here's Jack Graney now. Top of the third, and Grady will line it to center. This will get right down by the flagpole. We'll have another triple. We've seen a boatload of them this series, and it is Graney who gets in the third with an RBI. 2-0 Cleveland. Shoeless Joe Jackson, the next hitter, and Jackson goes the other way. He'll drive in a run. So Cleveland, 100 losses or nothing. They are up now 3-0, 4-0 in this game as we move to the sixth. LaJoie up there with 2 men on, and he lines a single to center. So this will plate another 2. Knapp, LaJoie, the team named after him, and he is coming through. 6-0 Naps. Bottom of the seventh is Clyde Engel, the man on. He takes ball 4. So New York trying to get something off of Willie Mitchell here. Jimmy Austin at the plate. And Austin will hit it to third. Again, force at second. No relay to first there. A hard old-fashioned slide there. And it's 6-1 with Kid Eberfield up there. We're 2 men on and 2 out. This is hit into left field. This will load the bases. So the threat continues here in the seventh as Birdie Cree is up there with 2 outs. Cree will strike out. He swung it a bad one there, and the threat is over for the Hilltoppers. We'll move to the bottom of the ninth. Down 5. Here's Jimmy Austin. Sad Sam Jones on the mound. This is lined to the corner. This will go up against the wall. So a leadoff double here. Actually going for 3. A triple for Austin. So that leads off the inning. 6-2. He comes across, and Keeler and Sweeney on the bases with Laporte up there. Now they're 2 outs. Fritz Kuhn, the new pitcher. This is hit to short. The flip to second, and that'll do it. The Cleveland Naps win again here in New York. Series is now tied at 3 as the Naps come through on the road with their backs against the wall. And honestly, folks, it's been a really good series. Both teams playing very good baseball. In that game, Ray Chapman with 2 runs and 3 walks. 2 for 3 for Demet in the loss for the Highlanders. And now this series, of course, goes to Game 7. Very tight all the way through. And it's Guy Morden going up against Jack Warhop. The Highlanders sending their best out there. And anything can happen in the Game 7. So let's see where the excitement leads us for everything on the line in game number 7. Getting to the action. Top of the third. Steve O'Neill at the plate. Nobody out. O'Neill hits this one down the line and left. He will head in the second with a leadoff double here for the Naps in the third. The Naps looking to be the first 100-loss team to win a series that we've seen. Terry Turner up there. Turner will line this one deep to left, way back there. It is the first homer of the series here in Game 7 by Turner. Just when you least expected it, the Naps hit the home run they need, and it's 2-0 here. We'll move to the bottom of the third with 2 on and Hal Chase at the dish. Chase will go the other way to try to bring the Highlanders back. This will score a run. 2-1 now is the score, with Ray Demet up there. And New York still down 1, but now they have the bases loaded with 2 down. Morden in trouble. He'll face Engel here. Engel will line this one to center. Catch is made, however, right at Leibold. Game remains now close, but we'll move to the fifth. It's 3-1 Cleveland. They have the bases loaded with one out, and shoeless Joe Jackson at the plate. Infield in. Jackson will line it to left. The ball will drop. This will plate 2, and Joe Jackson with a crucial clutch hit here in Game 7 to put the Naps up 5-1. Game moves now to the 8th. It's 7-2. Cleveland in control. Jimmy Austin is up there with 2 on and 2 out. Austin takes ball 4, so one of their last opportunities here for New York. They're going to try to cash in. John Knight facing Alan Collimore. And he looks at strike 3 to end the inning with the bases loaded. New York is left out to dry. And we'll move now, folks, to the bottom of the 9th. It's 7-3 with a man on second. Hal Chase facing Paul Carter. And Chase hits this one to short. The play is made there. Chapman with the play, and celebrations for Cleveland. 100 loss team, actually 101 to be exact, upsets the New York Highlanders. And they do it in style. They came back in the series. They won both games, 6-7 on the road. This last game, Guy Morton gets the win. Hal Chase was 3 for 4. Trey Turner hit the only home run of the series, a 2-run shot. And you can see here, Cleveland taking game 6 and 7. They won game 2. They split the first 2 in New York, and back in Cleveland they took 2 out of 3. Well, let's check that actually. Looking back at the series, the first 2 were won by New York, and then Cleveland took 2 out of 3 at home, but New York still held the advantage, and Cleveland were able to win those last 2 games. So they really did an outstanding job not giving in and coming back. Let's look at some of the numbers here. Trey Turner had 10 hits and a home run, the only one in the series. Shoeless Joe Jackson hit .294 with 6 RBIs. He had 10 hits. Pitching was good. Bill Steen lost 2 games but pitched very well with a 2.3 ERA. Guy Morton was good in his 14 innings of work. For New York, Hal Chase had 10 hits but only 3 RBIs. Brady Crew had 5 RBIs but struggled at the plate. Pitching was good. Joe Lake with a nice ERA. And a lot of small ball, a lot of triples, a lot of action. And in the end, it was the underdogs that take it. So all said and done, another 7-game series. The 1914 Naps upset the 1909 Highlanders 4-3. Very exciting action. Hope you enjoyed it. Out of the Park Baseball always brings us exciting action. Highly recommended if you haven't picked up your copy yet. But either way, hope to see you back here on my channel as we rack up the next historical matchup and have fun seeing which teams will be picked out. So hope to see you there.